This is WNYC and WNYC.org. I'm Jonathan Capehart. Part of what makes certain holidays so wonderful is the music, especially for Christmas. And we've invited the remarkable pianist Bill Charlap here to help us celebrate, only with a little twist. He last came by for his new album, Uptown Downtown, which has been nominated for a Grammy. And I'm happy and delighted to have Bill Charlap join us again. Bill, great to see you. Congratulations on the Grammy nomination.
Thank you.
Did it surprise you?
Yes.
Why? Why?
Well, you don't expect those sort of things, and it's very nice to be in such nice company. All the other people who are there are people I admire so much.
So we're here. We brought you back because it's Christmas time, and Christmas has so much music associated with it, good and bad, and it's easy to forget what other songs composers have written. Once you associate someone with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, for instance, how did you go about choosing which songs to play for us here today?
Rudolph is great, and so is Silver and Gold, and so is Christmas Time is Here.
The Vince.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's all Johnny Marks. It's all from Rudolph. Well, Marks wasn't one of the ones I chose this time around because these writers were a bit more prolific and a little bit more wide-ranging in certain kinds of ways. I think you'll understand what I mean because of how well-known their songs are and how huge their imprint is, mostly on American musical theater.
Well, one song that is hugely well known is "Let It Snow." Who wrote "Let It Snow"?
"Let It Snow" is Julie Stein and Sammy Cahn. Now, Julie Stein and Sammy Cahn wrote many, many songs together, but let's have a little bit of "Let It Snow." We'll start with that.
Okay.
Just to give an idea of that. You know the song already.
That was fabulous. That's not the rendition I remember. I like yours. I like yours a whole lot. Bill, wasn't "Let It Snow" written and it was the hottest day on record in Hollywood when they wrote it?
Well, you're giving
I'm telling you something.
You're giving me
a
lesson. I didn't know that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, this is great. So what are you going to play by Jule Stein and Sammy Cahn?
Well, here's one of my favorite songs they wrote together. It's "Time After Time."
I love Time After Time. Why did you choose to play this particular song of theirs?
I don't know. I think there's a very natural flow to it, and it's kind of a perfect little romantic poem.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was about to say what makes it perfect, but you said a perfect romantic poem.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. The way that drips off of the notes, and it's so easy to sing, and the message is so direct, and it's pretty modern too.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
but it doesn't waste. It doesn't waste any words.
Mm-hmm. I love that song, especially when there's someone singing it, because it really is just a beautiful romantic song. Now, Irving Berlin and White Christmas are so strong together, and White Christmas is perhaps my favorite Christmas movie because it's just so. I mean, it's just so Americana.
It is. It's a masterpiece.
So, would we know he'd written The Best Thing for You?
Well, his songs are pretty famous, shall we say.
Right.
So I think that we would, but The Best Thing for You is probably a little bit lesser known than perhaps Blue Skies or Always or There's No Business Like Show Business.
I know I sort of jumped a little ahead.
No, that's okay. Let's play a little bit of White Christmas.
Yeah, let's play a little bit. So everyone can hear why it's my favorite movie.
Well,
especially with this song.
Such a great song. Jerome Kern said that Irving Berlin is not part of American popular music. Irving Berlin is American popular music. So that's it.
Fabulous. So,
thank you.
That other song that I mentioned before,
The Best Thing for You.
The Best Thing for You. Wow. You said that this particular song, The Best Thing for You, is not among his more popular works, but are there elements in this song that we can hear in the more popular works?
Most certainly, because, Berlin writes the music and the lyrics, and I ask myself, what's the best thing for you? And the best thing for you would be me. Or at the end, I ask myself, what's the best thing for you? And myself and I seem to agree that the best thing for you would be me. It's so easy, to sing. At the same time, he goes to so many interesting harmonic places from a jazz player's perspective. It's very unusual for Berlin, all the places that this goes, and the structure of it.
Okay, time for another Christmas song. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas,
yes.
Which is, up there with Let It Snow,
yes.
and White Christmas in terms of iconic Christmas songs. What's the story behind the composer?
Well, it's Ralph Blaine and Hugh Martin, and it's from Meet Me in St. Louis. And that also has another marvelous song in it that I'm going to play also. Mm-hmm. Let's play Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and then my favorite from that score, which is The Boy Next Door.
Great. I wish people could see. I wish we had a video camera in here so you could actually see Bill Charlap playing, because you make it seem so effortless, and it sounds so easy, and you're so into it. It's such a joy. I feel really lucky to actually this being our second interview.
I'm lucky to be with you
together. We have some members of the staff here sitting in the studio as you're performing, and I'm wondering if it makes a difference if there's an audience when you're performing, particularly in an interview, or just is it better just to have little old me, just a host?
Well, one person is huge already, but you want to communicate. So I do like the idea of having a conversation, and I think an audience is it's not just an audience; it's people, souls in a room. Won't get
but you can feel the energy from an audience, even if you can't see them. Like if you're in a big venue,
if you listen to a record alone, something that you really love, and then you listen to it with only one other person, all of a sudden it's like listening to it in surround sound if you're both hearing it. So there's something about that.
Wow.
Maybe.
I agree. I love how you said maybe, but it was a very definitive statement. I agree with you. So Leroy Anderson had a hit with Sleigh Ride.
And lots of other things, like the Syncopated Clock and, Serenata, and lots of hits. He was a beautiful orchestrator and writer of American music, pop's classics of a sort, probably. But this song, Sleigh Ride, of course, is a huge Christmas hit. I also noticed that Jerry Mulligan, when he wrote Rocker, was basing his chord changes and his structure on Leroy Anderson's Sleigh Ride. But Rocker was then recorded by Charlie Parker and subsequently Miles Davis and the Birth of the Cool Band, and the two of them are interrelated with each other. So when I play Sleigh Ride, I think I'm playing Sleigh Ride as much as I'm playing Rocker.
Well, I can't wait to hear this.
Thank you.
This combo.
Well, let's see if it works out.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys can applaud. Don't feel. I'm imploring our little in studio audience to applaud, because you should have seen their faces. They're like, "Whoa!" I'm sorry. I'm just sort of blown away by what you just did there,
Thank
Bill.
you.
Albert Haig. and he did.
Did you ever see the
Grinch
film Fame?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember the director of the music department, the bearded gentleman who was the principal
Yes.
of the school?
Yes.
That's Albert Haig.
Oh,
He was an actor.
Who knew?
And he also wrote an incredibly beautiful song that Bill Evans played, and he recorded with Tony Bennett also. The song is... Young and Foolish.
oh, right.
But he also wrote this song, which I think is a perfect song for this holiday season. And I mean that.
I was trying to. I had successfully avoided singing along with the Grinch.
Yes.
because it's such a fun. It's like a growly.
It's marvelous
song.
with Boris Karloff singing it. He has garlic in his soul.
So you're going to play still young and foolish.
Well,
Right?
I played a little bit of it.
A little bit of it.
Yes, we won't do the whole thing of that one.
Okay.
I think. Perhaps, though.
Well, you know what I did, Bill?
Yes, we
because
can take any one of your requests. That's what I was thinking.
Well, you know what I did because of Sleigh Ride and how incredible that was. I completely we didn't even hear you didn't play Rocker, and so maybe a little bit of that. And then I have to ask you before we go about this incredible thing that was written about you in the Wall Street Journal.
Well, thank you. Well, Rocker is quite similar to Sleigh Ride, but it sounds like this.
I am actually glad that there is some space between Sleigh Ride and Rocker, because I can really hear Sleigh Ride in Rocker.
Yes.
Now, Bill, Terry Teachout, who actually was an old colleague of mine briefly when we were both at the Daily News on the editorial page, he wrote this most glowing piece about you this week with the title Elevating the Great American Songbook, and he ended all of his encomiums with this. After following his career closely for the past decade and a half, I now rank him, you, as my favorite living jazz pianist, one whose well-deserved success fills me with hope for the future of the great American art form. Did you know that was coming?
No, I didn't know anything about it.
And how did you find out? How did you find out that Terry Teachout had written this?
I think it came up on an alert.
And you saw it, and how did, tell me, give me, what was your reaction? How did you feel to read something so glowing?
It's humbling, because it's very, very kind words, and Terry is such a wonderful writer and has made such a great contribution with the biography of Louis Armstrong. Mm-hmm. I can only feel that it was a very nice thing to have happen, and I'm very grateful to his kind words.
One thing that intrigued me in the piece was a quote from you where you said, quote, "The best you can do as an artist, what you ought to do is be yourself, here and now." And you added, "If that self is avant-garde, so be it, but maybe who you are is something else." How did you find how to be yourself here and now?
Well,
how would you describe yourself, Bill?
Oh, I don't know. You wake up every day and you try to do it a little bit better.
That's it? That's
Yes,
all you have?
That's about it.
Well, Bill Charlap, you're doing something really terrific. Jazz Legends for Disability Pride concert, which you'll be performing on January 25th. Real quickly, tell us about that.
Well, that is something that was created by my colleague and one of my favorite pianists in the world, Mike Ledon. And it is a night of incredible musicians all together in one place. I'm not sure of the entire roster that's going to be there, but I believe Benny Golson and Buster Williams and Ron Carter and myself and many others, Harold Mayburn, lots of important people that in our community. And it's for one of the great causes, which is Disability Pride, the Disability Pride Parade that's been happening every year, which is one of the most beautiful things.
I'm Jonathan Capehart, and I'm speaking with acclaimed jazz pianist Bill Charlap, and we've been lucky enough to have him perform live for us on January 25th, as we've been discussing. Bill Charlap will be performing at the 2018 Disability Pride Parade fundraiser at the Sheen Center at 18 Bleecker Street. Bill, so great to see you again.
Wonderful to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Happy holidays.